Jack, buddy, can you lay down so I can record? Can you? No, I know. Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are decorating my writing corner. Yes, it is already decorated. I am filming this intro months after I did all of this work. I did this back in like July through September before all of my Halloween decor that I did, and it's now December. So yeah, you know, life happens. It just does. But I've been enjoying this space for a long time, and I still want to share it with all of you because I'm really, really proud of what I've done here. You know, it may seem like a kind of simple project, but it was a pretty big deal. It was probably the biggest DIY project I've ever embarked on personally, and I really enjoyed doing it. So if you guys want to see how I put this whole writing corner together, then stay tuned. Okay, so this is the space. Pretty plain right now, but this is going to be my writing corner. I'm gonna have the chair there, some photos on the wall, a nice little gallery wall, maybe a plant up here since there's already a little hook, or just a plant next to the chair. We've got this table here, so probably put that boy in, and then an ottoman, which really needs to be reupholstered. Not that you can super tell from that angle, but it has seen better days. Yeah, this is what we're working with here. Pretty plain now, but gonna have some fun with it. Step one is complete. We've got the chair in here, which is really what this whole space is going to be built around. And this is just a chair from Target, so nothing super fancy, but I did have to do a lot of research to figure out which chair I wanted. So yeah, but looks pretty good in the space. Pretty comfy. So I'm about to hit up some ARC thrift stores and some Goodwill, see if I can find any cool frames for those photos. Otherwise, probably have to resort to just like the dollar store or something. So yeah, let's get going. The photos I'm referring to in that clip are just all the pieces of art I've collected for the wall, but I'm gonna wait to reveal those until they are nicely settled in the frames I'm searching for now. And I'm thrifting frames instead of buying new because a bunch of nice new frames in the sizes I needed were just gonna be way too expensive, and I would much rather commit my time to redoing some old frames than spend a huge amount of money on new frames. So I got all the inspiration for my gallery wall from Pinterest, as one does, and I decided I wanted a mix of black, white, and wood tones for the frames, and then I also wanted them to have a wide, flat edge, nothing too thin or textured, so I do end up being a little lenient on this later. I was also considering some sort of metallic accent frame with a detailed edge, but I wasn't sure about that yet. Okay, so this is just a quick day one frame haul. They all need to be redone. That one needs to be repainted white. This one's got some nicks as well. See, right there. And then this one needs to be sanded down. I'm hoping to keep it that same wood color, but we shall see. But yeah, and then obviously we're not keeping that guy, although this guy, I do like the Big Dipper, so we may find another home for that, but that's not gonna be its forever home. We're gonna put something else in there, but gotta get some white and black paint and some sandpaper and do these guys up, but I still need to get 5 more frames, so. Also, ARC thrift stores are just a local Colorado thrift store, in case anyone was wondering about that. if you haven't already met him, that is my boyfriend Nick, and you should never really take him thrifting because he is very easily distracted and will definitely buy things that he does not need, though we actually could have used this salad spinner that I wouldn't let him buy. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys the rest of the frames I got real fast, and then I'm gonna start doing some DIY projects to them, and I might lose the light, so. 2 small frames. This one I'm gonna paint white, and then this one is just gonna stay black. Actually, it's in really good condition, so I don't think I have to do anything to this one, which is really nice because I have to do something to the rest of them. And then this one also gonna stay white. It's got a nice little guy hanging off the back of it that I need to cut off, so we're gonna paint this one white. White frames just weren't as easy to find as wooden ones, so we've got this bad boy, pretty large. Yeah, this is the only one that's got like a more textured, it's got more texture on the frame here. I was just kind of ready to get this project over with, so I ended up just settling. Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe I'll just pick one up from like Michael's or Target or something, but way more expensive. This bad boy, $3, so, you know, sand them down. Hopefully it looks good. And then we've got this one, which I think was my most expensive frame, ringing in at like $7. And this one is pretty much just brand new, but it came from art thrift stores, and all of the frames that I've showed you guys are from art except for this bad boy. So yeah, it came from a Goodwill. Goodwill frames are a little bit more expensive than art frames, so you know. And then we'll get to some DIY while we still have the light. It's the next morning and I have to be at work in an hour and a half, so not a whole lot of time, but I'm going to try and get a second coat of paint done on some of these white frames, maybe paint some of the frames that were already white just to cover up a lot of the nicks and scratches, and then maybe do a second coat on the black. We'll see. We'll see if I even get to sanding, but yeah, like I said, working an hour and a half, so let's see what we can get done. This is the setup. Just got the box that the chair over here came in. Been using that to do all the painting, and gonna get back to work today and hopefully finish it up. So it's day 3 of working on the frames. I don't necessarily have anything to go do today, no work or anything. I'm doing laundry, but you know, that's fine. I guess today I'm just gonna see if anything else needs another coat of paint. Hopefully we can get all the painting done pretty quick, and honestly this project should not be taking this long, but I just haven't had enough time to do it. So finish the painting, get to the sanding, which will probably take me a little bit longer, and then Windex all of the glass for the frames, and then start thinking about placement on the wall, which I haven't done at all, but I'm gonna cut up some paper bags and do a little bit of testing before I put them on the wall. All right, let's get started. All right, so these bad boys have had 2 coats, and they're not perfect, but honestly, I think they're gonna work for me. Definitely some flaws, but this one no longer has like the red marks all over it. Can't see the brown on this one anymore, or that one, because those both used to be wood tones. And then these were all initially black. They just had scratches and stuff. And I went ahead and gave them 2 coats just because they were looking a little funky to me at first, but honestly, I think they're good to go. So no painting today, actually, is what it's looking like. Just some sanding. forever, and I hate it, and I have almost 10,000 steps. I haven't taken that many steps today. So, can you even tell? The 2.5 sides are done-ish. Okay, so it is much later in the day now. I have spent many hours with this guy, and he's not perfect. He probably, I don't know if you can tell, but there's still some shiny bits on him and the creases and whatnot. But I mean, it's going on my wall, and it's kind of in a darkish corner, so I'm tired. I don't really want to work on it anymore, so I'm gonna do the light sandpaper now. This is 220. I did 100 on this. I probably would have got another one, but Nick suggested that I get 100, so yeah, that's probably why it took so long. Anyway, after that, I think I will Windex, clean all of the glass that goes in the frames, and then put all of them in, because that'll make it feel like I'm really making some progress. And then I might not have time today, given how long this took, but tomorrow I plan to get the frames put up on the wall. So yeah, making progress. So for the backing in most of the frames, I'm just using either old paper bags from Trader Joe's, which I always save to reuse, especially during the pandemic when I can't use my normal reusable bags, or I'm using printer paper, just depending on the frame and the photo and the vibe that I want for each. Okay, so this is the aftermath from all the DIY I've been doing. Can't really tell, but there's dust everywhere from all the sanding, so that'll have to be cleaned up. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and get all of these guys on the wall, and I'm using a trick I learned from the Sorry Girls. So you just take some paper and cut it to the size of your frame, and then stick that up on the wall first. That way you don't have to just hang everything. So that blank canvas is something I'm planning on painting, but I just haven't gotten around to yet. I'm gonna throw it up on the wall just to have it in its space. Something else the Sorry Girls have done. Just a spoiler alert, it's now December as I'm recording, and I still haven't painted it. I did paint that purple canvas myself, so there's that. Though the canvases are mine, and I do have a lot of my own drawings, paintings, photos, etc., I wanted all the framed artwork to be creations from other artists to make it feel more cohesive, if that makes sense. It makes sense to me. I do end up throwing up some of my own photos, but I just tape them to the wall. Alright, so we've got all of the frames on the wall, and yes, it does look a little bit bare, but unfortunately I ran out of command strips. I underestimated how many I would need, but once I get more, we're gonna put this guy here, right up here. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and do a different angle on this. Okay, so this guy here, my little E, is gonna be going in this spot here. And then I've got two canvases, one that's fully painted and one that needs to be painted, but we are gonna go ahead and put those, probably put one here, like that. You can kind of see that. And then we'll put one here, and then maybe something below this. I'm not sure about that. This is the end of the journey for the frames. Scratch what I just said. We are not done with these because I just found this. I guess this one up here, my Tucson, was in the same thing and fucked it, and I pulled it out and didn't even realize this was in here, and I kind of want to hang this up too, so I'm gonna have to get another frame, but then I guess we can fill that space down there. Wow. Okay, so once again, I just gotta work things. I'm not actually gonna be able to get a lot done, but I did want to show you guys the last few frames I picked up. Should be the end of the frames. No more frames. But yeah, so this isn't a frame, but I needed more of these command strips to hang everything on the wall. And then, so I got one gold frame to add some fun in there. I'm actually gonna put some pressed flowers in here, and then this guy, I'm gonna sand him down, but he's gonna hold the cactus photo that I forgot about it. I'm gonna sand this one down so it'll be a little lighter. Lastly, I got this guy, which I'm also gonna sand down so he'll be lighter, and he's gonna hold this guy, which this came with one of the frames. I didn't love it with that frame, but I do have some, like, a couple space-themed photos on the wall, and honestly, I think it just kind of fits perfectly. And I just wanted one more, so we're gonna toss him up there. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a little bit of sanding before I go to work, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully, within the next couple days, we can get the wall totally done, then we can get the plants, then we can get this ottoman that you can't see because it's terrible and horrible and needs to be reupholstered, which is going to be a whole project for me because I've never done anything like that before, but it should be pretty easy, hopefully. This is obviously a different day. I'm picking up some grittier sandpaper from Ace just to make this whole process go a bit faster. But I didn't record an update or intro because I was just getting so annoyed at how long this whole process was. I was literally spending entire days sanding these textured frames. It is once again another day because I can't seem to get this done in one day, and once again I have to be at work in like an hour, so. But I've made a lot of progress. This guy is pretty much mostly sanded. I mean, it's going on my wall, so if it's not perfect, it's fine. I just didn't feel like doing this anymore. It took forever. And this guy done as well. So next we're gonna move on to go ahead and clean this guy, and then we'll get everything put together. And maybe I'll get it on the wall before I go to work. But probably not. These dried flowers were just collected over time, but I never really had a specific plan for them. I made coasters with pressed flowers in the past, which I still use, and I just really like the look of pressed flowers, so I tend to have some at the ready. In this case, I just had some empty space on the wall, and I'd been wanting to do framed flowers for a while, so it just came together nicely as a little accent piece to go with that gold accent frame. If it's not totally obvious, once again, it is much later in the day here. I didn't get everything done before work because it's impossible for me to do that, so I just came home after, threw on some comfy pants, and kept working because if you weren't aware at this point, I just really wanted to get this done. Command strips are on the wall, and unfortunately the photos are not because you have to wait an hour so that the command strips can set, and I really would like them to set so that nothing falls because there's glass, of course. So yeah, but I'm gonna get these up probably tomorrow, but you'll see it when you see it. It'll be in the big end reveal, but for me it's done. My ottoman may not be done, my plants may not be here, my lights may not be up. Other than that, the gallery wall's done, which was like the big goal anyway. So yeah. Okay, so today I am done with work already, did that this morning, so I have all the time I need to work on the last major project of this whole decorate my writing corner situation. So the last thing, I'll insert some clips of it because you can't really see it, but this is an ottoman that I've had literally forever. It was in my room in like most of high school, all of college, and it's seen better days. What we're gonna do is just reupholster this guy. I have probably way too much fabric here, so I've never done this before. So we're just gonna go for it. But I bought 4 yards of this fabric from Joann's. I got purple because I thought it would look nice in the corner. I don't know. That's just what I wanted to go with. So yeah, we're gonna go with this nice light purpley color. Other goods for sewing. I really don't sew very much, and the good thing about this is that you only have to sew 2 pieces of fabric together, and then the rest of it you just kind of have to like staple on here. I'm probably gonna have lots of extra fabric, which is good because, you know, I'm bound to make a mistake, but that's what we're doing today. And then we'll basically be done, which is incredible. I've been dying to get this corner done. Done in one day. I got hungry and lost light and just quit. So once again, I have all the time in the world today, but it snowed here in Colorado. It's September 9th and it snowed and it's very cold and our heat's not on, so I'm just like not inclined to do much of anything. So I'm kind of surprised I'm doing this, but you know, maybe we'll get it done. I'm really close, so close. Except also not really, but you know. Anyway, we're gonna get back to this guy. You can't even see him, but he's disassembled down to the foam. Almost. We gotta take out staples to get the rest of this junk off. I know this this lining could use a replacement, but for one, that's just not really my skill level, and two, I don't want to invest more work than I need to into this thing. I asked Nick to take it to Goodwill probably over a year ago, but he never got around to it, and then suggested we reupholster it, which turned into me reupholstering it, but I was happy to give this thing a second life, however long that happens to last. I just pinned the fabric together here for the one part I have to sew, and let me tell you, I am definitely not an expert at sewing. I can do like the simplest stitch and that's it, and here I am poking myself and then getting the thread caught, but I was still able to get this whole project done, so anything you put your mind to and all that. Also, if you want to know what I keep turning to watch on the TV, I'm pretty sure it was the last Hunger Games movie. And here it is. Definitely not a perfect sewing job, but I'm happy with it. How many things have I said that about in this video now? Stapling the bottom was deceptively easy because using this little stapler on the rest of the ottoman was such a hassle, and a ton of staples got wasted, like right here where I have to staple the same spot 3 times, so I would not exactly recommend this method. And then I just used some E6000 glue to put the lining back on because it looked nice and I was really tired of stapling by that point. You might have noticed that the lid was falling apart, so I'm just screwing that back together. Also, it's another day, but would you believe that I finally finished everything? Now, at long last, I've just got a few finishing touches to add before we get to the big reveal. Here, I'm just filling up the remaining empty spaces using some old decor pieces I had lying around and photos that I took. And now for the big reveal. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a big project for me and I'm glad I got to share it with all of you. If you liked any of the art I used for my wall, all the artists I have names for are linked below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you all back in my writing corner very soon for more videos. Bye!